morning. Welcome back to my channel, Our Wandering Footprints. This is Judy. So today I'm making a coconut cheesecake. I made one this past weekend and took over to family get together for Thanksgiving, another Thanksgiving dinner, I guess you'd say. And I made this cheesecake and it was devoured. Everybody loved it. It has great flavor and it's really, really easy. And it's called a coconut cheesecake, but you don't put flaked coconut. You use cream of coconut. I use the Thai Kitchen brand, not the liquid part, just the cream part. So I had enough left in the can to make another one. So I thought I would make that today. So I went ahead and made my crust, my graham cracker crust ahead of time. And it is 1.5 cups of graham crackers, crushed graham crackers. You can buy it in a box like that, or I just had graham crackers already, so I just crushed them up and made my own. And then the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. I took about 3 tablespoons of butter, melted butter, to mix with it so you can press it into your pan. And I think this is probably about a 9 or maybe even a 10-inch glass pie dish. And I also added a little bit of cinnamon the first time to the crust. You don't have to do that. But this time I added some Chinese 5-spice, which has cinnamon and cloves and I forget what else is in it, but that's what I put in the crust. So there's my crust already. It's ready to put the filling in. So I'm going to set it aside. Okay, in my stand mixer I have 2 8-ounce blocks of room temperature cream cheese. I've let them sit out all morning so they could get, soft. And we're going to mix these up until they're really, really smooth. Because you want it, this is a really smooth cheesecake, and I think this coconut cream, or cream of coconut, really, really helps it be smooth. So I will get this mixed and I'll bring you back when I add the next step. Okay, the next step I'm going to add is my cream of coconut, or coconut cream. It doesn't really matter, I guess, how you say it. But this is a 1/2 cup. So we're going to add that right in there. Okay. Get it on the edge of your bowl, of course. And we're going to mix this up. And I let my cream cheese mix about 5 minutes. I'm going to do the same now with this. So get it mixed up so it's nice and smooth. Okay, so now my coconut cream's blended up. Now I'm going to add some pure vanilla. I'm just going to eyeball it. About a teaspoon, maybe a little over a teaspoon. It's up to you. I'm going to scrape the sides just a little. But this is if you love cheesecake, you're going to love this recipe. Okay, let's mix that a little bit more. And now I'm going to add my sugar, which the recipe calls for regular sugar, but I'm going to be using the Swerve, the ultimate sugar replacement. It's safe for diabetics. It does not raise insulin levels. It's non-GMO. And it tastes great in baked items. It's really, really good. I like it a lot better than I do the stevia or Truvia. And I've used those both, but I really like the Swerve. But I'm not going to add a whole 1/2 cup. It says sugar for sugar. It's supposed to be just like when you measure regular sugar. But right now I've got a 1/4 cup. And so I'm going to use a 1/2 of that. And let it mix, because it's granular. Before I add the eggs, which will be our last thing to add, and then I can actually taste test it. Okay, I ended up using the full 1/4 cup, which is still a lot less than the 1/2 cup, and it's perfect for me. I don't like it overly sweet. If you want to use the whole 1/2 cup, you can, but I like to do a little bit at a time to make sure. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 whole eggs, and they've been at room temperature all morning, just like the cream cheese. I'm just going to add them both at one time. Speed it up a little bit, because you want those really incorporated too. In the meantime, I've got my oven preheated at 350, and I have a pot of boiling water that I'm going to boil, that I'm going to add to it, to the stove when I put the cheesecake in the oven, and this will help it from cracking in the center. We'll get these eggs nice and whipped up, and then I'm going to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then you have to put it, once it's cooled at room temperature, then you put it in the fridge and let it cool for at least 3 hours before you eat it. And I'm also going to be making a cherry topping. I'm going to use some frozen cherries and cook them and make a sauce to put on top of individual slices. You don't have to put on the whole cheesecake. So I will bring you back when we're ready to pour it in the crust. Okay, here we go. It's ready to go in the crust. I'm just going to pour it in there. Yeah, you could always, you could find a big enough graham cracker crust to buy, but normally the ones that you buy at the grocery store are so dinky. This is way too much filling for one of those. This is so beautiful. Cheesecake is my favorite, because you can put any kind of topping on it that you want. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Okay, get some of this. Don't want to waste any of that. Okay, not as good as it's going to get. All right, I'm going to put this in the oven and get it baked up, and I will bring you back when it's all finished. Okay, while the cheesecake is baking in the oven, I'm going to make a cherry sauce. It's optional. You don't have to do this, but we like some kind of sauce. You could do blueberries, strawberries, any kind of fruit would be good over cheesecake. Any kind of fruit sauce. So in here I've got about 2 cups of sweet tart frozen cherries that I let thaw out and chopped them up with a knife. And then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of just regular water. Actually, it's my filtered out of my Berkey water. Stir that just a little bit. And then I'm going to add some more Swerve sugar replacements. Just the same thing I put into the cheesecake. About 1.5 tablespoons. And since I've already made this once, I kind of know what tastes good. So you might want to, just try a little bit at a time. Okay. I'm going to stir that around, make sure that sugar gets incorporated. Okay. Now we're going to bring this to a boil and let it cook for about a minute, and then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, just to get it thickened up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this, and I'll bring you back when I add the cornstarch and the lemon juice. Okay, the cherry mixture is starting to boil, so now I'm going to add my cornstarch and lemon juice. Because this is what's going to give us our thickening for our sauce. It doesn't take long, because you don't want it to burn or scorch the berries, so just stir it a little bit until you get the consistency you want. And then you're going to have to let it cool, of course, to put on your cheesecake. And I will bring you back with the final results. Okay, I brought you back for a taste test for this beautiful cheesecake. It turned out gorgeous. Look at that. No cracks, no burnt edges, just beautiful. And I really do think that putting a boiling pot of water in there really, really helps. And then there's the cherry sauce. See if I can turn it without dumping it out. And we're going to try a little bit. So pretty. There we go. Look at that. Okay, here goes. It's nice and creamy. Oh my goodness. That is delicious. I hope you all try this. That Swerve sugar substitute is just delicious. You can't tell the difference in flavor. It's just wonderful. So I thank you for watching my video, and I'll try to leave a link for the recipe in the under my comment section. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.